LiberalViewer presents.
So having watched the actor Arnold Schwarzenegger in the mediocre but amusing 1994 film Junior, in which he played a pregnant man, I know he knows a little about what it's like to be pregnant, which is why I'm hoping that the California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger will approve a bill currently awaiting his signature that ends the practice in California of shackling pregnant prisoners for transport, except in cases where it's necessary for the safety and security of the inmate, the staff, and the public. This bill is supported by the American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, which represents over 90% of U.S. OBGYNs, including my wife, because they know the health risks associated with shackling include increased likelihood of falls and trauma, which can create the minor forces sufficient to shear the placental attachments and increase the risk of a placental abruption. They also know that many pregnant prisoners already have high-risk pregnancies because of poverty, lack of education, inadequate health care, and substance abuse, and that many of their members can tell harrowing stories about trying to treat prisoners during transport who were not in labor but had life-threatening medical conditions they couldn't treat because of the restraints, which is why it's important to end the dangerous practice of shackling the vast majority of California's pregnant prisoners who are nonviolent offenders using this common-sense law that still allows shackling in those few individual cases where there's an actual safety or security issue. And that's why the American Civil Liberties Union of Northern California, a group for which I volunteer on the board of directors, has set up a webpage at aclunc.org/no-shackles, and that's a hyphen between no and shackles. And on that page, you can send your message to Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger asking him to sign this bill that's waiting for him on his desk. And after reading the bill for myself at tinyurl.com/AB1900, that's just what I decided to do, but I want to know what you think. Do you agree with the organization representing over 90% of American OBGYNs that California should end the dangerous practice of shackling pregnant prisoners except in the rare cases involving an actual threat to safety? And if you do, will you go to the page at aclunc.org/no-shackles and ask Governor Schwarzenegger to approve this bill already passed and awaiting his signature?
YouTube, you decide.